Welcome to the GOODNITE Show, featuring your host, Jordan Geske.
Do you ever had a lot of trouble, you gotta demystify a lot of stuff, I assume. Like, a lot of stuff that you're up to is probably, clients have no fucking idea how a lot of that works, I assume.
There's not really much to it. There's not a lot of demystification.
Yeah.
It used to be that there's still a really big stigma is that people think that they're not going to get hacked or they're not a target or they're too small or that they're just going to roll by it and it'll be fine. And that's not generally how it works. A small business with like one person has QuickBooks on their computer and that's everything their history for forever. Gets ransomware. Well, when's your last backup? Or unexpectedly your computer just fails and you can't recover the information in the hard drive. And again, like all your bookkeeping. So what do you do for your next tax audit? What do you do for filing your taxes? Where's all your expenses? How do you recreate that information? If your main source of it is gone, you haven't backed it up.
Yeah, even just the tax stuff could end up costing you like $3,000-4,000 extra dollars of bookkeeping to hire somebody to go through all of your credit cards and everything to redo all that data. It's a lot of inputting.
It is, yeah. But then, like, what about your invoicing? You're billing out.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go back in your sent items and hopefully, like, do you go back to your customers and ask them, hey, can you send me all the invoices I sent you for the last year? It's embarrassing. It's bad on reputation. If they were shaky anyways, that might be the push for them to go and use somebody else.
Yeah.
And now your business is losing revenue, potentially could go out of business, depending on the severity of it.
And it's only getting more intense.
It
like
is.
with AI, that's going to get a lot worse.
Yeah, it's
well, and even just the tools available to do this stuff are more readily available and they're easier to use. Even like web builders are easier to use. Email systems are easier to use. Building automations is easier than ever, right? So it's easier than ever for someone to create a fake email that looks 100% real that they can send to millions of people that goes to a link that looks exactly like Google or Microsoft or whatever, because the web builders are so user-friendly as well. So it's like you find a lot of the dummy sites are easier to make, and they look one-to-one for a lot of them.
Yeah, 1,000%. What we're finding too is that a lot of the spam tools out there or the intercepting mail filters are looking for domains that were created in X amount of time. And you might have even experienced this yourself. If you open up an Edge browser or something else and you get that big, huge news feed and it's all reeling and Bing stuff's all over the place, all of a sudden there's a pop-up on your computer saying that it's been hacked and you can't close that window. You can restart it. But those are websites that exist that have been around for a long time and sections of them have been hacked or compromised. And all of a sudden they're being used for nefarious purposes. When you create a new domain, there's a check on it. Has this domain been created in the last X amount of time? By default, your Microsofts, your Googles, they don't filter for that. You need a more advanced filter. It's going to detect that and look for all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it getting more advanced? For sure. Do you know GitHub?
Yeah, GitHub, yeah.
So you make your own programs, GitHub.
I know, I'm bugging you.
Yeah. There's actually hacking toolkits on there. They call it ethical hacking, but you can go there, you can download it, and you can make your own like ransomware tool, and you can email it to somebody and it'll crypt all the files on their computer. So now that you have AI mixed in the middle of it, you just ask it, how do this didn't work, and you basically have a tutor that's going to teach you how to use all these hacking tools. So yeah, absolutely. It's covering up the grammatical errors that we see, the formatting errors, like all those things that usually tipped us off on the most obvious ones.
Yeah, I guess that's something I didn't actually think about yet. So something that we'll see is like it was easier to see when a lot of the spamming and email hacking was coming from out of country, so you could catch them because the verbiage was bad, the grammar was bad, yada yada yada. Yep. Now it's really easy. You just put it into chat, it'll fix that for you. You put it in anywhere, it'll fix it for you. Yeah, so that's interesting. So yeah, it definitely makes even that a little bit harder to catch on to. Yeah, it's really just knowing where to look, and it's looking at the domain for the most part, and hopefully it's not spoofed.
Looking at so many things. And if we look at the evolution of the hackers and the threat actors, people that are doing, the not so good things, they're getting even more creative. So we see this all the time is where one of our customers and multiple customers receive an email from the same company, usually a tradesperson. We've had electrical drywallers, a garage door, commercial doors company, sending out emails to them and their invoices, or they're going back and forth. They look like they came from the original sender, the same branding. They've even gone as far as to create a .com or .ca website.
So they go in, they see your emails first. So they get into your email first, right? And they don't do anything while they're in your email. What they do is they find someone that they can then spoof, and then they send you emails to be able to get access.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, somebody has their own Microsoft account and they're not following best practices. So that also has administrative everything. And this actually happened to somebody. They used Microsoft Teams Voice and they had whatever the licenses are for their 365 where it allowed mobile app deployment. What they did is they got in, they saw all their customer base, who they spoke to. They created fake invoices with fake payment links, intercepted all their outgoing emails, put their invoices on them, sent them out to their customers that they know and trust, and they received the money from their customers.
Yeah.
At the end of it, once they caught on to it, they had them so locked out, they took administrative rights from the business owners, created their own accounts.
Yeah.
They intercepted the phone calls and diverted them to one of their competitors.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they shut down their domain, they shut down their email, they shut down their phones. The business is now gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. And even like, I'm a pretty small business. Like we're a team of 9. Like I have at least a few times a year, one of my employees send me a screenshot and it's like, is this you asking for Apple cards? And I'm like, no, it's not fucking me. I don't need Apple cards, okay? So, it's like you have to be really aware. People think, oh, I'm just a small business, or oh, it's not worth it. Nobody's going to waste my time on me, right? You're actually the most susceptible, right? Like the big companies, they're not trying to hack these big Teleses of the world as much, right? It's like you need to hack into the little guys and you'll make your way because they don't have any security. They think that they're safe, right? So that's actually an interesting thing to look at.
They're absolutely not. And we kind of have to fault some of the bigger companies as well. And I'll pick on Microsoft right now. On their Hotmail accounts, their Outlook.com accounts, the other ones that they have, they don't enforce 2FA out of the gate, whereas Google does. And Google sends you an alert if there's a new sign-in on your account. Hey, somebody new signed in. Even Facebook's doing it now. Oh, we have a new password request, and it pops up on your phone. They're using your phone as a second level of authentication. Where in Microsoft 365 out of the gate, they have default security policies now, but if somebody signs into that account from out of country, which we see often, you're not going to get a notice.
It's it's really crazy. Like, so I've had multiple times people that I work with, usually before I've worked with them, they have like social media accounts, Facebooks, Instagrams, whatever it is. We were working with this a bumper company. They do custom bumpers for trucks, big tow hooks on them and light bars and everything. And he had like 25,000 followers on Facebook, which I think is pretty fucking good for an auto body shop.
Yeah, just something like that. Yeah.
That was his client list. And those were the people that bought from him, right? It's kind of like when you're going to buy a tattoo, you follow different tattoo artists. Sooner or later, you're probably going to buy a tattoo from that artist because you've been following them for so long, right? It's the same with like custom bumpers. That's not something anybody really needs. It's art. He lost his 25,000 and he didn't have 2FA. His receptionist just got an email. And I can't even tell you how many times it's the receptionist that gets an email and gives away all of your shit, your passwords, logs them into your Facebook and everything. And it's going to look one-to-one. It's going to look just like the Facebook.
Yep.
You're going to click the link that says, oh, just sign in here. We're not going to ask you for your password because we're Facebook. So just sign in here. And then it'll verify you go to sign in and it wasn't real Facebook or whatever, right? So, and then you lose those 25,000 and Facebook's, they can't help you. Well, they probably could. They don't want to.
You're really hard pressed trying to get a hold of anybody at Facebook or Meta, Instagram.
Definitely have 2FA set up.
Yeah.
And if you can get verified, because if you are verified on Meta, they do take your ID and they will recover your account for you, no questions asked. Just by you
they'll ask questions and it takes time, but at least it gives you an in.
Yeah, you can resubmit the ID and So that's one thing that you should.
Social media accounts is a big one, and it's not something that we really get into when we're helping our customers. We're more on like the corporate email, but we do emphasize put 2FA on. We send out those fake emails that look like whatever. So if somebody clicks on that link, it pops up, haha, this is a hacking email. You just got deducted points. And we gamify it too.
I want to try to find this video of this guy, and he's at an airport, and he has a tiny little device. So basically what he does is he goes to a place that has a free Wi-Fi, and you find out what the free Wi-Fi is called.
You're looking for the pineapple?
And you find out the password, and you put in you change your free Wi-Fi to the same name, and you set the password to the same name. And then what you do is, so what's really popular right now is sign in through Google or sign in through Facebook. And companies love this because then they capture you as a real human. They know that you're not a bot. They can verify their subscriber list. They can sell better sponsorship on their newsletters. If you're in a
restaurant, it prompts you to leave a review before you get free internet.
Exactly.
People love that.
It allows you to basically, once you sign in, you put in the username, you put in the password. That is correct. You get the correct, and it says, oh, to be able to use the free Wi-Fi, please just log in, verify your identity through Google, Facebook, or whatever. So you put in your email, and then you put in your password, and then they're just scraping that. And then they redirect you to the internet, so you have no idea what you just went through, right? So that's like the problem that is like really big.
That's one of many.
The tools are very available.
I mean, it happens outside of, it goes even crazier. People have put little Wi-Fi devices on drones, flown them outside of people's business buildings, and they can capture keystrokes from the keyboard by intercepting the RF signals. Yeah, come back to the social media stuff. One thing I want to share for anybody watching this, or who you speak to as well, put a delegate account on it. Have an administrative account on that social media. So you have two accounts accessing the same content. That way, if one account does get compromised, you can at least get back in there. And always be very cautious about billing limits and such. I've heard of people whose social media accounts have been compromised, and then they'll go and they'll blow like their $10,000 cap in advertising and just posting out different stupid links to whatever else, and they're collecting the referral links on that.
A big one too is never give full admin rights to anyone, not even your marketing company. We see people get robbed by their marketing company all the time, right? Like it's crazy. So
how many people you
leave salty, right? You leave salty with some small business. The thing about digital marketing, and I say this in the industry, and we're quite large in Calgary, and we have a lot of clients, but it's sad to see, I think 85-90% of our clients who come in, they've been burnt by digital marketing. The problem with digital marketing is there's no prerequisite. There's no course that gives you a certification. Anyone can say I'm in digital marketing, right? It's like what being a realtor is to the housewives. It's you lost your job as a middle-aged male, you go into digital marketing, right? You're like, oh, I'll just run ad campaigns on Google and use AI. It's like, no, that's not quite how it works. So there's this. It's not a trustworthy industry, I would say, right now. There needs to be something put into place to build a little bit more of that trust.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it, and especially it can be done from out of country. You might not know it's being done from out of country. A lot of people, they outsource, right? So the work's getting done. It's getting done shoddily, right? You don't know. And not a lot of people have an understanding, right? Especially you were talking about like a lot of the people from service industries, right? Garage door opening company, right? That guy probably doesn't know much about how Google works and how marketing works, right? So they just trust you to kind of take over, right? And
it's sort of a graduated version of the old Yellow Pages ad. If you put yourself in a category and you get a big, huge picture, people are going to see you, and they should call you based on what your ad looks like and how close it is to the front of that section that you're advertising your business in. And I think that there's still probably some belief, oh yeah, no, I'm going to invest in, I know this guy or my so-and-so knows somebody else. I'm going to do this social marketing campaign or these Google ads or whatever else. It's useless unless you can track the demographic to know, is it actually generating anything for me?
Yeah, where's the ROI?
Yeah, and a good marketing company is going to be able to tell you, and you guys are phenomenal at this, is you're doing the work beforehand. Here's all your competitors. Here's what they have for training. Here's the searches that are out there. This one that's specific to you doesn't have any results, and we're going to target and what's the word I'm looking for? Up rank you on the search term.
Exactly.
And suddenly you have huge success.
Analytics is like vital to what we do. Like we wouldn't move forward if we couldn't get the analytics on it. We want to make sure that what we're going to be charging for is going to be able to be returned. Right?
Yeah, and that's one of the challenges we have our customers. Hey, do you guys do digital marketing? I'm not touching that. That's not. That's not where I want to get to. It's a whole other ballgame, and we do. But it's like if you're going to do it, then you need to have different campaigns running. You're going to spend money. You're not probably going to get any type of return initially, but you're going to be able to find out what works, and then you hone in on that one thing that works, and then you have success. But it's an upfront kind of a guessing game to feel out that market.
Oh yeah.
You're better to speak on this, but this is what I tell my clients. Like when you're looking for it, just know that it's not a magic switch. You turn it on and money comes out the pipeline.
It can take months, right?
Yeah.
Especially
ranking up on search engines.
We have some analytics tools that are way powerful, and not a lot of people, they pay for them because they're very expensive and they don't understand how to use them properly. They're not going to get a return, right? And then you're just wasting your money. Well, if you don't know how to use the proper analytics tools, you shouldn't be doing marketing to begin with, right?
Yeah.
But what the tools we use allow us to get rid of a lot of the guesswork, right? We know the volume of every word, of every phrase. We can see what everyone's ranking for in any industry in the world. We can look at any website. We can see how many people are on it, how they got there, where they came from, right? So like we can quickly say, okay, well, we can replicate your competition. So right away you'll be baseline with them, your marketing, right? The next thing to do is, okay, now we have to start innovating. Now we have to say, okay, here's the next thing that we should try. Here's some search terms that aren't saturated, right? One thing that we do even is we try to redirect some search terms, right? If there's a phrase that's very saturated, everyone's using it, is there another phrase for that same thing that you can use? Because the chances are there's a lot of volume on that, right? So, and then understanding, coaching these people on how to properly deal with a lead once they get it, I find is half my job now. Like you rather like we do an ad and there's a send message button and a call button, and the person sends you a message, and if you message them back saying call me and you give them a phone number, then I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. They wanted to message you. Reply to the client the way that you should, right? So setting people up for success is important, right? So we do a lot of automation, we do a lot of analytics, and then we kind of try our best to coach you, do some development.
That's the whole
on
back end
side.
thing too, right? Yeah, the company can't get mad at you because they're not converting leads when they're getting leads.
Oh yeah, and I find it more. That problem arises more with like mortgage brokers and stuff like that, like smaller, like single person outfits, right? It's not going to happen as much with like businesses, but like people who work solely for themselves.
It's a lot of hats to wear when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we try to work autonomously along with people, right? And kind of be like, hey, we're going to handle this side of your business for you so that you can focus on the thing you're good at. The cool thing is now is like front end, there's a lot of automation, right? So
I was going to ask you about that now.
Yeah, front end, we can do a lot of automation to be able to handle that part of the sale, right? So right before, it would be like somebody messages you and then somebody has to reply. If you don't reply within 5 minutes, they're already looking at other websites. They're looking at other people, right?
Yeah,
so you
the tabs are open to go in that.
Right?
The chat bots on the website are awesome. Like I find if I can get support right away, I'm going to stick with that company because I got service that fast.
Yeah, especially when the chatbot does a good job of redirecting you to a human or putting you into a system fast.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of the chatbots out there right now are too early automation, like too early AI, putting in like the language models to try to learn your whole business and then answer the questions for you. I find sometimes those are a big miss and they have a hard time getting you in contact with the human. But right now, like we think about it like the AI is coming. It's coming fast. Small businesses shouldn't necessarily be the ones to be developing it down. Like if you're not in AI development, don't try to develop AI. Work with what is already done. It's already complete. So automation on the front end where it takes the number, it takes the info, it finds out what the sale is about or what the lead is about or what the problem is about, and then books them into a calendar right away, right? Yep. That's a big help with that.
I think the biggest thing right now and we're communicating this to our people as well, the whole AI readiness concept. If you're still using QuickBooks Desktop, you're not going to be able to automate. You need a cloud-based thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to pay for it. I get it, but over time, that's going to compound and give you so much ROI because all the lifting will be done. Mm-hmm. One thing I say to people is that, especially right now, it's a lot easier to correct. So you have an 80%, 100% like accuracy with a workflow coming in and AI is going to take that load for you. Mm-hmm. It's easier to verify a failing 20% or something that's needs corrections than it is to hand bomb 100% of everything.
Yeah.
And then you're still looking at the human element. There's always going to be aspects of error.
Yeah. And I think it like, when you look at it, like you shouldn't jump right into the automation or right into the artificial intelligence for your business right without understanding what parts actually need the human. It is good to with the AI readiness, right?
Yeah.
Start preparing your business for AI, right? Well, how do you do that? You start automating the smaller tasks in between things.
Even
right?
going back before you get to that scope, you'd be really surprised when you speak to people that have been working in a role of the company for so many years. Kate, you have somebody sitting in your chair, they're blindfolded, walk them through what they need to do to complete this one task, and they're stumbling over it. It's like, oh no, yeah, like if you don't know all those steps in order, there's no process handbook. Number one, how do you take vacations and delegate? Right? Then that's bad for business because you have one key person that knows everything. But you can't automate it if you can't write those steps down in sequential order to make that happen. And once people start breaking that down and seeing it, even on their manual processes, we uncover ways that they can make it quicker before you even go to that AI thing. And it's just, you have to have good fundamentals, and then AI is just going to put you on steroids.
So if you don't have SOPs, then you shouldn't even be thinking about automating. That's a good way to start. Maybe get some SOPs, find out which parts of those can be automated to relieve your staff.
Find out what cloud-based solutions are going to be able to implement that and make it easier to collect the data. Can it do some recovery? Like Dext is a tool a lot of people use. They'll take a picture of a receipt on their phone and it'll automatically categorize it. It will sync to your QuickBooks Online. Now you've got your expense reports done. If all your staff are using that tool, then what is your bookkeeping now? Now you're just checking everything everybody in there. Now we have to watch for people that are creating fake receipts in AI. But that's more of a people and a trust issue than it is a technological problem.
That's a hiring problem.
Well, it's ethics, right?
That's a hiring problem. No, that's really interesting. So it's and you're going to see more and more of that coming out, I think, really taking over businesses, right? Like, I think you're going to see a lot of lost jobs, but in places where those people probably don't enjoy their jobs.
You're going to see autonomous vehicles driving people around without Ubers, but somebody still has to change the tires on that vehicle.
Exactly. And sooner or later that might
could be a thing too, right?
We're moving into a new world.
It's interesting when you think about how much of that personal touch that we're going to lose as this all happens, and what is society going to look like,
and how much of that personal touch are people going to allow themselves to lose, right? So there's a lot going on that level, right? That's more of a moral thing, right? Like we're looking at a bigger picture at that point where it's like, okay, well, obviously stockholders, CEOs want their stockholders to be happy. So if they could fire everyone and still get the job done automated, then that's perfect. The business runs forever. It only costs maintenance fees, whatever. But how much of the consumer will that allow, right? Like consumers.
It depends on the market, depends on the product. If you're selling anything digitally, then with the AI, the videos, stuff like that, if the consumer can handle hearing a robot, because it's not quite there yet, then you can be successful by selling things online that way.
There's some good ones. Like I think Donovan, like the last every ad that you have maybe ever done while working here was done with AI voice.
11 lives, yes, a lot of them.
Yeah. So, and they sound great. So it's like that's really easy, and it alleviates a lot of the process from us going back and forth with a client as well, right? Like a lot of the time we won't even send the script right away. We'll try to knock it out of the park ourselves first, do the voice, everything, send it to them, and then they're like, "Oh wow, you got that perfect." And it's like, "Perfect." Then we don't even need to talk about this, So it does come in handy.
It makes me think about the future of our business too. Like IT Done Right, we're a business to business IT management and cybersecurity provider. It used to be like, oh, my computers are crashing, or there's hardware upgrades or whatever else is happening. We dialed all that stuff out a long time ago. Computers are stable. We know how to get rid of all the stupid bloatware and the things that bring systems down. We don't get calls for dumb little recurrent things. We make sure that businesses can focus on it. Anytime someone has to call us to say, how do I do something, something technologically is in the way of them doing their work, and it's a bottleneck. We don't like that. So we get rid of all that kind of stuff. And we found through COVID especially, and once cryptocurrency made a big thing, hackers were able to ransomware you with a traceless currency. So we saw a huge influx in ransomware, and people started having to buy in, and all these other things. Then COVID happened, and everyone's working from home, and they became way bigger targets. And they haven't been educated on it. So now I think we're kind of coming out of the cusp, or the pinnacle, or the high point of cybersecurity being there. People know that they need it. And if you don't have cybersecurity, that's another conversation, but we wouldn't be a fit for them to do business. now that stuff is in place and it's automatic with us, the conversations we're having are, we've got all this business coming in, or we have like our team's expanded in accounting. We have all these emails coming in. How do we manage this so that we can divide and conquer?
Yeah.
Those are the questions that the IT provider is having now. So AI is coming up. The first level stuff's kind of going away. How do I train somebody fresh out of school that has the technical tools, can help do the little things like how do I change my signature in Outlook? I'm out of Office. We still train on that. But now it's how do they recognize a pattern where people are struggling?
Find the bottleneck.
Yeah. And like a simple kind of query like this, years ago, I walked by somebody who was at a photocopier, taking a piece of paper, putting it in, hitting scan, taking the paper out, putting the next one, hitting scan. I'm like, what do you, just stack of paper like this? What are you doing? Well, I need to make each one of these into like a single PDF to email it out. I'm like, is there not a way you can just stick that whole stack in there, hit one button, and then the computer will sort it out for you?
Yeah.
Literally on the scanner was a button that would scan each page into a single PDF. I showed her where that was, and I saved probably an hour off her week.
Yeah.
And that's just a walk by, just to see something. So talking about the human element, where is AI going to find that business process bottleneck? I mean, number one, get rid of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but little things like these, that's where it's going to be. But solving those problems, helping people be more efficient, rely on technology.
You'll be more like the concierge of the AI world.
Yeah.
Well, they'll probably have one of those too. But you'll be like, it's almost like a tour guide, right? Like it's interesting because a lot of this IT stuff is going to get automated, but more products are going to come out to be sold.
Yeah.
More environments are going to need to be built.
The
right?
IT provider is going to be more of a GC. You have this problem. Well, I know a company that does XYZ. It's going to fit in here. Let's set up a meeting, and we'll just kind of commandeer and make sure everything works together and integrates fluently.
Yeah, that's environmental packages almost built to fit your business, right?
Yeah.
I could see the IT side of things merging with the automation side of things that we do, right? I could definitely see, okay, when you buy a package now, it's a lot different. It's more of an environment for your business, right? It comes with the security side, but it also comes with a lot of things that are going to manage the bottlenecks, not just human bottlenecks, but also technical bottlenecks, right? Yeah. So I think it's definitely going to evolve pretty quickly here.
It's evolving. I can't even keep up anymore.
Yeah.
Like to try to add invented to it. And you know this too, like you'll come up with a great idea, you'll have this thing, and all of a sudden what you were manually doing today, there's a better AI tool that comes out and does it quicker, faster, less formatting. And how do we keep up? It's moving so fast.
There's projects that we've taken on. Recently we took on a project, development of a web app. We had a 90-day period that we thought it was going to take us, and we basically knocked out, I think, 70% of it in the first day. Through a program called Lovable. Shout out to Lovable. Lovable is incredible, dude. Like it's basically prompt-based app building, and it can code in any language.
It's crazy.
But it's like, so when I wanted to test this thing, I talked to it like I broken English 5-year-old. Like, and it's nuts because they integrated the new GPT-5. So I talked to ChatGPT like a 5-year-old. Which then finds out what I'm trying to fucking say.
Yeah.
Translates it and gives it to Lovable's AI, which then it can go into all the databases on your server, and it can actually, it asks for authorization. It will actually go in and alter databases. It goes in and it codes the entire thing. It can see what the branding is and replicate it. Like it from beginning to end, you can create, you still need knowledge. Like you still need to know how the tech works.
Okay, so I want to pause on that because every time I hear somebody talking about a new tech like this, I think about security and what's the back end of it. Where can this be something that, how can the information get leaked that's proprietary to a business? Like how can this hurt somebody? Where's that hole that can cost you by trying to use this great new tool? And when things are developing quicker, they're being developed without security backends, usually, or they haven't matured enough to find those flaws. And hackers are the ones that find them.
So it is quite well done. Basically, it goes through all the login authentications, everything. It uses Clerk.
What's
Do you
the
know what
source
Clerk
of
is?
the
Clerk
data?
authentication. So Clerk authentication is huge. Basically, everybody uses Clerk authentication. You can either log in through an email or you can choose one of the other logins, right? You can click LinkedIn or Gmail or whatever, right?
Yeah, we use single sign-in, but sure.
Yeah, same type of deal, right? So it uses Clerk, and then it builds the databases properly through Supabase, which you can then export out to wherever you want. But it is going through everything. You have to get API keys, right? But the crazy thing is if you hook up your Chat GPT-5, so like the leak is chat. Right. If it's going to leak anywhere. So you hook up chat to it. Supabase can actually Lovable can actually go and get chat to go into these places and create APIs and create accounts for you. Basically, Windows will pop up being like, just click log in.
Yeah, and
that's all you have to
click
do.
on the more information, you can see the big long list of permissions that are there, and you do it. So I'm always cautious
huge
of that,
amount
right?
of permissions.
Yeah. So if your API keys ever get leaked out of that, that's a problem. They have
so they
pretty
do.
much
They
untraceable
even
access to
actually, if you try to put an API into the chat while building on Lovable, Lovable will stop you from hitting send because then the API would be saved into their history, right, and into chat. It'll stop you from hitting send, and it will give you a dummy key. So it actually stops you from using the real APIs while you're building.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, because even chat histories and Perplexity and Google VO, all of those can end up online. So I think Google VO is automatically set to show up in search
they're
engines.
already online.
But chat, for instance, doesn't automatically show up. You have to check a box to say make this visible, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm concerned about, even using it personally, because we deal with a lot of businesses, and as an IT provider, if we get hit or compromised in some way, all of our customers are susceptible, and that'd be a really, really, really bad day.
Yeah.
So anytime that I'm doing things in chat, I'll just delete it. It doesn't help me overall for the long term, how it gets to know you in the history that it has, but it's better to be on the side of security.
I think I could only imagine how careless people are with confidential information in ChatGPT. Like, I'm sure it even happens in my business, right?
Yeah.
Like, how would I know, right? And what are you going to have? Well, you could probably create an AI that actually goes through all of your, because I have an enterprise chat system, so it has all my employees hooked up to it. There could probably be a GPT that moderates, this is confidential information. You shouldn't be inputting this.
Well, there is one, and it's called Copilot.
Oh, there you go.
When you have Microsoft 365 Copilot, you can they're called DLP policies, data loss protection. Basically, we'll find anything that's sensitive, and you can block out certain things, social insurance numbers, HR information. As an onset rule, you can customize that AI within the Microsoft ecosystem. So people that are full Microsoft based, and this is, we are, and we support it, it'll go through your SharePoint documents, your OneDrive documents, and it'll go through all your emails. And you can ask it, hey, based on my emails or whatever else or invoices that have come through, can you do a GL or a P&L report for me from the information that you can find? And it can go through and pull accounting reports based on all these extra things. Now, think about doing that manually, trying to go through all those emails and hand bomb those. So it's pretty powerful, but it's also scary because if that account's compromised, everything that Microsoft account has access to is also accessible by that unauthorized third party.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I like Copilot because it's secure. With GPT, how do we secure that? People have their own login and password. Me, as an administrator for IT, I know that if I have something in Microsoft 365, we have dozens of checks and balances on accounts. And if there's a slight chance of something that signs in that looks off, it's going to lock that account right away. Someone's going to pick up the phone and call us and keep calling us until some human answers to block that out.
Yeah.
So the security thing is crazy, how much it can look for and how much it is. So when I hear people saying they're using third-party tools, what if Lovable on the back end gets compromised?
Oh, exactly.
And people are able to pass through and somehow get into people's information?
Yeah.
All that information you put in a cloud-based AI is going to live there anyways. So who's got your info? What you say to it, you're basically yelling it out into a room. You just don't know who's listening and writing it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Lovable has a lot of their projects. Go pull up Lovable. Here's all the projects that people are building right now. So, right? So like you can literally, unless you're paying for it, for a private one, but these are great. You see the fidelity of this? Like you could see, I'm happy websites isn't my main business anymore, right? Like we still build websites and we build nicer websites than this, right? And we build specific websites that have specific functions to specific businesses. But with this at the level that it's at, as you can see, it's already very scary. And I wouldn't want to be a guy who works in web development right now, because we give our websites away.
It's already been
free.
such a saturated market. For us, and I took some heat from a local app developer, because I went online and I went to a website called, it wasn't Fiverr, it was Logo is My Way. Yeah. And I said, here's my company, here's my colors, here's what we're looking for, and I'm looking for a logo that's XYZ. Mm-hmm. And rather than going back and forth and getting a whole bunch of samples from one developer, people from all over the world submit versions of something, and you kind of vote on them, and then it sort of trends, and at the end of it, there's a deadline for that contest, and you buy it. Yeah. Well, I took that to a local developer, honed it up, made it into business cards, did some cool stuff with it. But it's just, so when you look around the world and all the currency differences, web developers are the same way. You can go on Upwork, Fiverr, you can find somebody that can do things for cheap. Yeah. There's a lot of talent out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So in a saturated market, and it makes it harder again in North America, where inflation is insane, how do you pick your web developer when you want to have your local guy? How do you keep up if you're still manually doing things?
Oh, yeah.
And now this just makes it more difficult, and the competition's being spread out.
Oh, yeah. It's insane.
Saturating it further faster.
Yeah.
But darn, if you're a small business, can you get a great website for cheap now?
What's the Market Mosaic one there? Or, yeah, click that one. Like, these aren't just, they're not just websites, right? So check this out. This is literally like a full-blown working, it probably has the APIs already put in and everything. You can see the stocks, you can check markets. Like, this is insane. This is built with AI.
You can check in
still, there's technical
this is a
ability
15-minute
needed
per day, like, know nothing about stocks and have a day trading platform.
Yeah. And it's funny because I say you need technical ability, right? But chat will explain what it's doing along the way, and you can ask it, what did that do? Why did you do it? And what do I need to understand about it for the future, right? So if you want to learn, this is the best way to learn. Check out lovable.dev. Shout out to them. It's insane. It's really, really cool. I know they give you some free tokens every single day, so anybody can try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this one that was locked down at first, where you had to have an invitation from someone that's in there to get into it?
I believe so.
I know...
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's been so many I can't keep up anymore.
Yeah,
and like one pops up, all of a sudden 5 more. Like, these are better.
And as you can see, there's like problems still. Like, we're looking at one, and like the header is kind of floating weird and stuff, right? But that can be fixed if you know what to tell it, right?
Yeah.
So it still needs technical ability, but it's interesting where we're headed, right? Like, web developers, there's a lot of those in the world, right? Those are kind of going to be gone for sure.
Yeah. The ones that are going to stay.
Zuckerberg just let out, so Zuckerberg said he's going to kill the graphic design and ad campaign industry. He said that Facebook will create your ads and create the copy, the image, and do the audience and the demographics and the bidding all behind the scenes. So everything happens. You don't have to do anything. And this is how it works.
That's insane.
Every single ad that they have ran, they have stored. So they have the KPIs, right? Key performance metrics. Yeah. And basically, they take the top 1%, and let's say they look at the industry. They know the industry of HVAC. They have that. Okay, heating side of HVAC. Now they know that it's the furnaces, right? Now they look at the photo of every single one. They've ran that through a program probably similar to ChatGPT, millions of them from across the world. So they know what the top 1% of HVAC heating subcategory looks like, so they can just generate an image. Yeah. So they made the best possible image
to all of the community forums of people that are looking for posting issues they've had with certain brands of furnaces.
Exactly.
The amount of information they have to do that is crazy.
Yeah.
You can almost just go and pay for leads.
And they know the exact buyer profile though. That's the cool part, right? So like the audience segmenting, like used to have to do things like I would put a pixel on my website that connected to Facebook that I could import the data into Google Analytics so I could segment audiences properly between Google and Facebook, where it's like, I need kayakers that are between 35 to 38, and I could get those people, right?
Yep.
But you could look and be like, how many people come on my website? Okay, 10,000. How many people spend more than a minute and a half? 1,000. Okay. How many of those people visit 5 pages? 500. Okay. What do they have in common, right? Oh, they all like kayaking and mountain climbing. Okay. And what's their age? Oh, 30 to 40. Okay. Now I know who I'm supposed to target. I used to have to do all that beforehand on Facebook, right? So now we don't have to do all that, right? Now Facebook knows. I don't have to input my data from Google to see who's doing all of this. Facebook knows the exact buyer profile that you're looking for, right? So that's another dead industry, right? So you have web development dead, you have the ad campaigns dead. The problem here that I think that'll come is degenerative AI, right? You have generative AI where it's making things up and it's making up whatever it thinks worked the best. Then you have degenerative AI comes when humans are no longer making anything and the robots are still making things that worked the best from X amount of time ago, right?
Yeah.
So what you must have is you must have creative AI that's generating not towards the trend, the historical trend, right? But towards a future trend, right? So let's say like they have a decade or more of HVAC ads, right?
Yep.
But if it made the top 1% of those ads for the next 3 years, do you think those images and that copy and that writing would still be good, or do you think you'd be fucking bored of seeing it and reading it, right? So that's degenerative. Now it's just creating stuff that it's already created before because that's what's happening, right?
Yeah.
You need some sort of AI system in the background also trying to try new things. Who do they choose? Let's say I run an ad. How do I know if I'm getting the top 1% ad or this fucking new ad that we don't know if it's going to work at all?
Yeah.
Right? Because that has to be part of the system.
Yeah. Is AI going to be programmed, or is it going to start experimenting and finding?
Yeah, so
different
A/B
things
testing,
too?
right?
Yeah.
It's just A/B
Yeah.
testing. How fast can it A/B test? Pretty quick. So there's like a trials featured that was just let out on Instagram.
Yeah.
So on Instagram, trials. Basically, you can make a post. It only shows it. Let's say I usually get, like on our page, we get like 40,000 views usually per post, right? If you post a trial, I'll get like 800 views, but it only shows it to non-followers and only for a certain amount of time, right? So I can post the same thing twice, but the first 4 seconds I'll change, the thumbnail I'll change, the sound effects I'll change, right? And then I post them. I wait about 2 hours, and just off of about 2 hours, I'll see a difference in the views. So let's say one got 800 views and one got 400 views. I can imagine if I showed it to my follower base, I have 92,000 followers. If I showed it to my follower base, that 50% bump might have only been 400 follows on the trial, but it would probably be a lot more to my follower base, right? So, and that only takes about 2 hours. It'll tell you which one had how much watch time, which one had the best engagement, which one had the best share rate. So I think the AI will be able to, within 2-3 hours, create content that then it tries on people.
Brilliant. I'm overwhelmed by this, and not in a bad way, just how vast it is. When you think about, in 2007, Facebook really hit mainstream, especially, in Canada, because it's already swerving across the States. Like, oh, this is cool. And you're like connecting to people that used to go to school with, and it was fun. And you post pictures of stuff. But then, like,
it's surreal.
It's insane how much information you have because of how vast they are.
It was a hot or not app.
Yes.
It was a hot
or not app. Yeah.
And now it's Meta. It's the freaking Goliath.
It's huge. I mean, they own WhatsApp. They've got information on where people are talking to each other, phone numbers, who connects with who, like the amount of information that's there. Say again?
Apparently it's encrypted.
Apparently.
So do you know the story of the encryption?
Tell me about it.
So we'll have to, I don't want to misquote it, but can you search up nonprofit encryption for WhatsApp, Google, yada, yada.
What's the crux of the story though? I'm curious.
There's one company, and they wrote all of the encryption for all the biggest companies in the world, basically. And like the FBI's asked them for stuff before, and basically all they send is username and last online. I believe it's just like 2 pieces of data. I'm just curious how this encryption freaking works and how it's going to stand up against AI trying to break it, right? Like,
it's still a lot of computing power through pattern recognition, but the supercomputers that are going to be the next biggest thing. It's going to blow all the encryption.
Well,
away that
isn't
we have
everything
today.
going to be a supercomputer? Like,
No, it's
you don't think that these LMMs and stuff will be run off of the same?
they're still
shit?
running off of like the basic x86 based processors or the ARMs and the Cortexes and whatnot. They're still following a light instruction set based on bits, right? So we're 64-bit now. The supercomputers are exponential on that, and I haven't delved that deep into it, but the calculations that they do per second is like to the millionth of what currently is happening now.
Yeah,
so
that's insane.
Yeah, and like
That's a little nice.
it's something that I should dig into further. It's more of an interesting thing, but it's with the advance of AI, then how far away are we from making this mainstream?
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
big government concern too, because they're going to be able to break the current encryptions as we know them in
Yeah,
512 within minutes.
No problem.
Where it currently would take years to do it, if not millennia.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, and I think that's like the scary thing with like how all this computing power is just getting up and up and up, right? Like with AI, who knows what's next? Especially it's like it's interesting because it's not like anyone can go and like make a crazy AI with this amount of computing power for nefarious goods or means, right? Like you need a giant data center. You need multiple giant data centers to create these AIs. Right.
Yeah, but people are able to bring them down and use like the small ones. Like how, I don't know. Really, the sky's the limit on that, and it's just going to get more interesting over time with the evolution of it. But if you want to take a look at what the environmental impact of the AI is now, because massive data centers are being built. They're building a huge one here in Alberta. Meta's building a massive data center, and the cooling and the clearance.
Meta's building one in Alberta?
No, there's just a big data center being developed here. And it's like $1 billion thing. I know one of the ones that Meta built in the States is like 30,000 square feet, and that's just computers just running 24/7. Think about the amount of heat coming off of that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
well, there's some town in Texas that's like their taps are running dry because of the data center that's nearby.
Yeah, for all the cooling that they need for the water cooling.
Yeah, it's a military data center, and the people that live in the area are just.
I think we're talking about the same one.
Yeah.
It's just like you see it, and I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit tone deaf to it
Well,
because I know
Texas
what's
isn't
happening.
the fucking best place to build a data center, man.
Yeah, you know.
It's tax free, but you got to use it 10
well,
times the
114
water.
degrees in the summer. How are you going to cool anything?
Oh yeah, dude.
Right?
Yeah, rivers
Yeah.
evaporate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's interesting. We'll see where it goes. But at the time, it's like I think the biggest thing is like the job displacement, and I think the job displacement in the white collar markets will happen faster.
Yeah.
I think that people expected it to happen in blue collar markets faster, but here's the thing, right? Like to move a mouse, there's actually no moving parts.
Yep. It's an optic. It's electrical signal.
You
everything.
imagine a humanoid in a warehouse, right? An elbow. How many parts are going to be in the elbow of that robot, right?
Yeah.
What's the maintenance that's required? What's the money that's required? You write the code once for anything that's happening on a computer. That's it. You don't have to keep writing it, right? You can improve it. You can make it more secure, but you only have to write it once. And the agent modes, we can set up an agent mode right now that on ChatGPT, Chat 5, and it'll start learning how to do the job and everything. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, that'll be a huge displacement, right? Like the ad market's gone, the web
Legal
development
is a
market's
really
gone.
good.
Automation market will be gone when the AI gets to that point, right? Oh, what do you need to automate? This is what my process is. Okay, thanks. That's it. I'm installed. I'm on your website. This line of code. It's like the language models can handle front to back of the sales process once they get to that point, right?
If you got there's still a lot of moving parts and a lot of plugins that have to happen for that, for sure. But we're so close to having.
Look at the exponential growth of it, right?
Oh, it's massive.
Okay, here's three different ones, right? So like first is like the slowest growth is like Tesla with the self-driving car that we've all been hearing about for 20 years, right? And like they're not even the first ones there. Who's driving the Waymos? Is that?
I'm not even sure, but have you heard of OpenPilot?
No.
OpenPilot is an open source thing. You buy like a $50 kit, and then it installs a camera, some other things, and it'll tie into like the ODB port of your car. And if it has lane assist, it can self-drive.
Oh shit,
Just
that's
about.
so cool.
So you can take just any vehicle and DIY. Now you've got a self-driving vehicle.
Yeah, and look, that wasn't
And
Tesla.
that's open
That's what I mean.
source,
Like
and that's-
that took a long time though to get to,
Yeah.
like the self-driving. longest amount of time.
Harder to go into the vehicles as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, because it's a while back they had that Ford truck that would back up a trailer or parallel park itself.
You look at photos though, right? So if you look at the photography, right? Like Mid-Journey and ChatGPT photo generation, image generation, like that took probably 2 years to get good.
Yeah.
Now
You're
look
still
at
seeing
video.
things pop up and a hand's got 6 figures on it.
Yeah, like happens. I use it. Look at what's good. We use it. We post 6 on there a day from image generation, right? Like we use it so much. There's my friend who has a meal prep company, Sam. He was on this podcast. Like he uses it for all of his photography for all of his models now. There's apps that you can just drag and drop a photo into a video now, and the AI will put a hat onto somebody's head.
Yep.
Like it's insane that what the AI is getting to. So it's like the video happened though, it felt overnight, like video generation.
Yeah.
And then we have Google VO3, which is doing the video game generation. Search Google VO3 video game generation. Like I'm talking like arrow keys to move, and it looks, and it's not graphics, right? It's image generation happening at lightning speeds. So it's incredible.
Okay, well, let's use the Wolfenstein 3D analogy because that was one of the first popular games we had where you're pushing the arrows, you're going forward. Are you telling me that this is inventing the rendering as you're playing it in real time?
In real time. Right. So like generate a world on a spaceship. Play. Look, there's the keystrokes happening in the bottom right there, right? And we'll throw it up. Right. Generate a playable futuristic. Go back up there. Keep watching that. Right? Like these are just single word prompts, right? And you can get more detailed. Right? And you can give it a photo and then explain what should be happening. And these are video games that are generating in real time.
I'm not going to bed tonight. I'm going to be doing this.
Well, just think about the implications of this, man. Like, this is pretty insane.
This is mind-blowing.
Yeah, scroll down, Donovan. There's a bunch
they're
of
talking
examples.
about generating movies on AI as well, and how that's really going to upset the film industry because everything is already being done on CGI for the most part.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have full AI rendered videos, actors, everything.
Yeah, like it's really crazy when you look at, but it's being limited, right? And it kind of pisses me off. So Netflix has let out the rules, and it's very strict on AI in video, right?
Yeah.
In movies.
That's just going to
and
open the
TV
doors for other
series.
platforms to allow people to send out that.
Well, I
creative
feel like
content.
it's what it's doing is it's restricting like creativity of like the smaller business, right, or the indie film, right? It's still stopping people from breaking in, like with the new Netflix rules. They won't let you use AI. It has to be like pre-approved. It has to be minimal. There's certain percentages and stuff.
Right.
And basically, like right now with AI, I've seen some shit that people are doing where you could use this for a scene. It looks real. If you use a photo, then you can it'll look like real life. It doesn't look like computer graphics, right? If you ask it to generate something, it'll generate it. But there's one that we were watching where somebody took like a first person photo of them, and they like walk up to like a car, and the hand is a human hand. It's not like a graphics processed hand, right? Because it's generating frame by frame in these photos, and it's insane.
I would be really curious to see what the computing power is of this. Like how much power is needed to make all this on the fly. When you open up GPT and you say, here, can you create me an image of, it takes a little while for that one to come up. But if you're using it on Grok, for example, it spits up right away and it gives you 2 different pictures.
Yeah.
So for something to be able to generate this on the fly in a frame at 30 frames per second for fluent video.
Yeah, and I don't know how fluent it is. This is an older one. Like the newer one's even more insane. They show a side by side of like when they showed this off, and then doing the same prompt, and it shows like the new one with the same prompt and like how much crazier it's gotten. And that was like a month apart from each other. That's Red Dead Redemption that they've generated right through an image on the left. They like take an image of Red Dead Redemption, and then they like tell it what they're doing, and then they all of a sudden Red Dead Redemption exists. But it wasn't coded. Like, it's just how insane is that, right?
Yeah, it's bonkers. When you think about it too, like even like our comedy cell phone now, or any computer for that matter, it's just ones and zeros. Every pixel on a screen is just a light switch going off and on in a sequence that makes moving video.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Technology is insane.
Yeah, well, yeah, and the computing power is the only thing to really worry about. It's like, what are we going to do when It's using a lot of water. It's building a lot of heat.
Yeah, and then the resources to build all the silica. Isn't there still a silica shortage in parts of the world where we have to get all these chips? And what's recycling going to look like? And then there's the ethics of the mining of it. But yeah,
it's a scary world because this is like we were talking about, like how many video game developers are there in North America, right? Like those jobs, that's going to get cut down extremely slim as well. Like what happens when all these creative fields they're no longer available, right? Like it's something to get rid of, like automation gets rid of a lot of jobs. It gets rid of a lot of jobs that aren't really needed. And the people who are doing them, they probably don't enjoy doing them, right? They're like doing the same thing over and over and
Going
over
up
and
to the
over.
kiosk
That's
in McDonald's
automation
now is
right?
a great example of that, or your self-checkouts in Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a job that didn't really have much purpose or meaning. People may disagree. But AI is going to take away different types of jobs than automation.
Yep.
AI is going to take away jobs that have a lot of meaning, give people a lot of purpose, right? So it's interesting to see where...
We touched on it earlier, right? But legal is one of them that's going to be massively disrupted.
Medical, too.
Medical is the other one.
Doctors, like the problem is like you go to like a general practitioner, they're a general practitioner. They don't know everything, right? So having something, I know like Watson from the back in the day, right? It was quite crazy. It won some Jeopardy and shit like that. Do you know Watson?
No.
I think it was IBM. It is a really old AI model. IBM's Watson. It's a computer answering system that you basically figure out anything just by scrolling the net. It's been around forever. This is like the oldest AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still really big now, to my understanding. Having something like Watson in every hospital where like it knows, it's like, it's not like, oh, can I remember that from 20 years ago?
Yeah,
you know,
the digital
it's
adoption
like
of everything is making it better too. Like it's here's one for you. So as far as a fault tolerant thing, or you having compliance in a hospital, if the power goes down or the internet goes out and they don't have a local server, everything's hosted in the cloud, somebody has like a certain treatment or IV bag that needs to be changed at certain intervals. If the system's dark for 2 hours because of whatever, then how do you know that person that's on that bed table needs their thing? You still need like a paper clipboard. So the redundancies are there. The digital adoption makes it really easy because now you can take a picture of it and there's a source of something somewhere. The whole world is connected, which is phenomenal. It's just
But I think all this AI and automation stuff will be in physical form quite quickly.
What do you mean in physical form?
Well, NVIDIA right now is running a ton of millions of robots in a video game environment, training in the bodies that they will get put in right now. So the computing power, so when you see about a movie and they're like, it took 10,000 days to render one frame,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it takes that long, it did not take 10,000 days. It took 1 day. The computing power is 10,000 times, right? Because they have so many computers working on it at once. Okay. That's how crazy so they compound it, right? Yep. So they can do that with robot minds in computers. So NVIDIA has robots right now, AIs, learning how to use their bodies inside of a computer game. And the bodies are right now being made.
Got it.
So for every day, that's 10,000. They do 10,000 hours for every hour.
So we're talking like a mech then, like a robot that
humanoid body looks like you.
It makes sense, when you do it that way, because it's in there. So it's got the limits of gravity and everything that's been programmed into that environment. Yeah. And the bot's just out there learning.
Oh, yeah. It's
10,000 times.
I'll throw something up. I'll send the video and we'll throw it up after. And
so as we were having this conversation, I'm starting to really think about the TV show The Jetsons. Like, how far away are we from having these things in our house? Like, I mean, the conveyor belt to go to the shower. The conveyor belt to go to the shower is like great in concept, but I think I might still like scrubbing myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like
I think the dishwasher. So like think about dishwashing
Rosie,
and laundry.
Cruising around and like doing all the vacuuming for you. We already have robot vacuums. That's not hard. Yeah. As far as food goes, like how much further are we going to be from taking organic material that's going to spit out in a 3D printer and prepare you something cooked from raw ingredients?
Yeah. Yeah. It's insane.
It's Yeah.
I think like you think about dishwashing and laundry, and those are like the two things. The thing you'll have to do forever.
Yeah, I suppose.
And it's like it's no longer going to be forever. Like, it'll be done. You'll have a fucking thing at your house that's doing your dishes, that's doing your laundry, that's cooking your food. Like, that I think that's going to happen really fast.
Everything's going to happen fast because we're no longer manually writing bits of code to do this.
Yeah.
And the models there, like, who are going to be the giants who are going to do it? Is it going to be NVIDIA? Is Amazon going to have a big hand in this? Because they've been using the robots in their warehouses for a long time now, and just really destroying the boundaries on productivity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, who are the players going to come up? Will it be a startup? Because OpenAI kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and now they're not very open, right? Which is scary.
Yeah.
Like,
But
OpenAI
XAI
was going to be like, weren't they going to be like a nonprofit, everyone can use type of thing?
And to a degree that is, but their online platform GPT is somewhat closed. And Microsoft also owns 49%
That's what I mean,
of OpenAI.
yeah.
And that's what Copilot's based on. Ironically, if you put something in the GPT and Copilot, you get vastly different behaviors and responses and personalities, if we can say that at this point in time. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. That's spooky stuff.
It's a brave new world.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
even like the job disruption, that's just going to be the biggest thing. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, that one's coming up for sure.
Well, China just released the semis that don't have cabs. They're flat fronts. They're like, look like they're like 3 or 4 inches.
Holy smokes.
The fronts. Yeah.
And they're going to be autonomous.
Yeah, they are autonomous. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're driving already. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're in China, they're driving. We should get them here.
It's
Semis is a job that I'm glad to replace.
Not to
right?
get political, but like you heard Trudeau and he said something about like Justin Trudeau and he said, you got to really respect China. And a lot of people contexted that as supporting communism. But there's a company out there called Edison Motors. Have you paid attention to them yet?
Yeah.
They're trying to make a diesel electric hybrid semi-truck or logging truck or snowplow. And it makes more sense because the engine's running at constant, the wear is going to be way less of it, and all it is powering and charging a battery. We don't have the grid, we don't have enough electricity generated to recharge these batteries to the capacity that mining trucks need. And this is an answer for as low pollution as possible. It's not zero emission, but it's at least plausible, especially by the 2030 target.
Yeah.
Now, they took a trip out to China where everything's made. They wanted to source it all here, but it's near impossible.
Yeah.
But coming back to it, like, they go through turnbuckles, like where Calgary or any North American city that we've seen would be bottlenecked by the movement of people. China has it dialed in. It moves so fast. Is it all digital? People are tapping a phone and pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But it goes. And we're so far behind on that. We're behind on transit. We're behind on infrastructure. We're behind on technology. These things exist. We're just not adopting them.
Yeah.
And there's a bigger problem for me to solve that I don't know the answer to.
There's also there's a lot of politics at play, right? Like I'm quite certain like the reason that North America doesn't have any
there's
train
also
systems,
a lot of patent stuff as
the
well
train
going on.
systems though is because they're lobbied so hard against from the airlines.
Maybe, but the other part of it too is look at how vast of displacement of population that we have, even in USA, right? China's got 1 billion people. People are literally everywhere. So to make a train, it makes sense. People are going to jump on and they're going to use it. Whereas in Calgary, like...
Oh, I'd love a train.
Yeah, right? The Calgary to Edmonton one's been one forever, but how long would it take for the ROI? What's the population density of people to use it that it's going to be feasible?
Yeah.
So it's where vehicles still make sense.
Well, how many people are flying from Calgary to Edmonton every day? How many people fly from Calgary to Edmonton every day?
Sounds like an AI question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, I'd do it more. If the train station, I have friends up there that I'd love to go and see him. If it was a 1 hour train ride, done.
Yeah.
Because that drive sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
56 flights per day.
Several thousand passengers.
Huh.
56 flights between Calgary and Edmonton.
They could run a train daily twice, but the infrastructure. Yeah. It's one of the answers,
cool.
right?
So you we'll only need probably one train.
How much does it cost to fly people
You
versus
need the railroad and one train.
environmental lobbies are another thing I think that China doesn't need to worry about as much too, and that stops a lot of projects.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. It's all political, right? You have in North America, you have people lobbying against it, whether it's for their own capitalist good or because of the environmental good.
And in
or
China,
because
one
of
guy is like, make it done, and it just happens.
Yeah. There's nothing in the way of progress besides like there's like. They're bad over there. They have some war camps and stuff like that going on, and some forced labor. If you look at Sheen and Temu and shit, I know.
Yep.
So like,
there is the human rights aspect of it.
I mean, they've progressed a lot.
Have you seen? There was another YouTube video I watched a long time ago. It's like I tried to make a product 100% in North America, and it was a barbecue scraper, right? So the guy's original thing is like friend of mine had this guy actually had himself, one of those little wires, the barbecue brush got stuck in his throat.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal. So he was trying to find a different way to do that. So from the manufacturing, the vacuum process, the machining, like everything, the factories and the technology, let alone the skill, don't really exist in North America. You have to look so hard to find it if you can. And then because of labor and the cost of living over everything, it makes it really expensive. And he still had to get parts from overseas that he just couldn't get made locally within our continent.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes me wonder about Donald Trump's big thing, let's make America, with the tariffs and everything.
Yeah.
Is manufacturing going to come back to North America, and is it going to be something sustainable?
Yeah. Not through tariffs, but he should have tried a little harder. I mean, he's just tariffing his own people. He's not.
Well, he's tariffing, and it's a
anybody
generating
else.
thing, right? That's to open up free trade, but
Yeah.
to bring people and factories and manufacturing back into
Yeah,
USA.
I think that'll happen after, like, basically you get the robots here, you get the manufacturing here. The problem is the cost of the manufacturing here.
It's still a moving target. Like the advent of
at
automation.
$15 for minimum wage in Calgary, there's no manufacturing happening. We lost a ton of manufacturing jobs this year. It's they're all moving out of Alberta, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think Canada lost like 33,000 jobs in the first quarter this year.
Well, a lot of that too is the raw materials that are coming in to Canada from other places. Like the States is tariffing everything that we're going to be importing, and then for the exporting of it as well. The auto manufacturer is one that I think that we're all familiar with. How many times does a single part cross the border?
Yeah.
And we've got some other companies, they do manufacturing of goods and they get the raw materials, but then it comes back. And then what do you write in your custom sheet? Well, I mean, our packaging is soft lumber. So do we have to declare that wood's coming over because it's a pallet? So there's a lot of confusion around that too. And again, it's political, but
Yeah. I don't know. I think with the automation, moving to the AI and then coming out into the physical form, like, it's going to change the world, and it's going to kind of take that production hub and it's going to spread it out. Like, China right now is a production hub solely because of the labor.
Yep.
It's just the cheapest thing to do.
Yep.
Even
No,
if
the
you
other
could
countries
build a
too,
factory
Philippines.
here, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, it's interesting.
Yeah. So
I wonder what AI would put out for a model economically, how many years it would take to equalize the price across the globe if labor all went to $15 an hour in the same currency globally, what that would look like.
Then you have like this universal basic income, which keeps failing.
Yeah, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Universal basic income, like, you look at, they tried it in Ontario, right? And it failed. They've tried it in a couple places in Ontario. It was backed by like a couple big people like Bill Gates and Musk and shit. And then look at even COVID with like Curb or Serb or whatever, right? Like, people just went to alcohol and pot, and like, people weren't, you lose your purpose, right? Like, you need to give people purpose somehow. I think that's the biggest thing with the loss of jobs. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's the other thing too that I think about with the loss of jobs too, or even with the lifting being done for the actual work. If your time is being freed up from doing manual tasks, do we then start having stronger relationships with people? Like, one thing that I like is that I don't like to get rid of this. This means everything to me in a business agreement. If I can't do that, I don't really feel like we have a true relationship if we haven't had real actual FaceTime. Yeah. But it's the time. We're running around doing so many other things, like managing stuff, managing tasks, keeping up with technology, helping businesses get ahead, and doing that R&D. But if it's all automated, or that's running or taking the time off of us, do we then get to connect and really talk about what matters and focus more on family?
The problem is like, people are critically online.
Oh yeah.
So like, that's the problem. As long as people keep pushing towards like real type content, right? Like 4 seconds addiction, you're hooked as soon as you open your phone. I've noticed lately, like, I wasn't on TikTok I'd never been on TikTok.
Yeah,
right?
me neither.
So I never got that brain rot freaking scroll, because like, before Instagram had reels and it was like mainly photos and carousels, it wasn't addicting to me. Like, I could check it every now and then and I could see how it's going. But the reels, you open it up and something crazy is happening every swipe, right? And the way that the algorithm is based is like, it makes it so the first 3-4 seconds are the most important. So basically, something crazy has to happen right away or your video is not going to blow up. Well, people know that, so that's what they do. So then it creates this addicting content that you're just brain dead scrolling all the time. And these kids, they're critically online. They're not getting offline. They're not meeting up. The active people who are like emotionally active with partners is dropping dramatically. Like these things are huge problems in the world, and like it's like, oh, well, we have more time to hang out with each other and like build relationships. It's like,
No, as soon as you said that, we already have the time. We're just opting not to use it.
Yeah, it's not that we're opting not to use it. I think it's that we're being trained not to use it.
Yeah, that's fair also.
Like people love to think that humans have this great free will, and we do, but we have like things built into
We're
us.
pretty easily manipulative.
We have things built into us over tens of thousands of years, and how our chemistry works, and that can be taken advantage of, right? So that's a big thing. So it's like we're covering
a lot of ground here today.
I know, we're all over the place.
Yeah,
AI is such a big topic. It's hard to not talk about everything when you talk about AI, because it's going to affect everything and everyone. It's going to change how everything works. I don't think that there is an industry that won't be like we were talking about SOPs in a business. I think every SOP in the world is about to be rewritten.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of these SOPs, they're not going to be SOPs anymore. They're just going to be programming.
Yeah.
Right.
So as all this technology hits us, and this is kind of a greater kind of philosophical question, we still don't really know how the pyramids were built.
Yeah.
What happened to that ancient technology that allowed that to happen?
Yeah.
Did people become so accustomed to having easy technology around them that it eventually just one day failed and they didn't know what to do, and it just reverted and had to reset?
You're building like an Apex or something, right?
Right?
You're building your own demise.
As AI builds up, like who's going to know how to redevelop AI if just one day it stops working? It's not likely to happen, but then where is humanity going to be? Are we starting from scratch? Watching the zombie flicks like what was the one, Walking Dead, where people are down there. So who knows how to build a radio and communicate over long range waves? Yeah. When that goes down, the electricity is out. How does that happen? Because if we lose the power at this stage, we lose everything, and who's going to be able to survive?
In a perfect world, as this AI comes out, we go into like some sort of utopian-esque, like education is entertainment world. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's like that direction where then you start going to the moon, you go to the other planets, and we're able to start like growing as humans. And then there's like the idiocracy direction where everything has electrolytes and you just
pouring Gatorade out of the tap. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, who knows the direction it's going to go, but like you can hope it goes the educational direction. It's just where you look at like any of the biggest platforms in the world right now, they're not educational. Meta isn't educational.
No, not at all.
TikTok is not educational.
Meta doesn't even care about having real content. Like
no,
you see this like stupid
all.
reel of like a whale surfacing, and he's got a whole bunch of voices on. It's completely fake.
Oh yeah,
it's completely AI.
The AI content's crazy too.
I've seen Google ads come out. No, not Google. Just real ads or sponsored ads come up, and it's like Donald Trump talking about how you should be buying cryptocurrency. Even Pierre Poilievre.
Oh yeah.
You should buy cryptocurrency.
I saw
like,
Mark
you report
Carney
that
one.
ad.
I saw a Mark Carney one that was like, click
and
the
you
link
report
below.
it, and Facebook won't remove it.
I know, yeah. It's like it's literally, and that's the bad actors, right? I saw a Carney one like right as soon as he got elected. He was like, my first thing as and he talks like a robot in it. My first thing as prime minister is to give everyone $1,000. Click the link below.
And it's like, completely fake, and it's impersonation. But how is that allowed on a platform? Like they're not helping humanity. Kind of.
They do a bad job with moderation.
I would agree.
Yeah. But it's. Yeah, how do you moderate that, right? You need some sort of verifiable source to show if something's human.
They're just put a little flag on every AI video to say that it's AI.
Yeah.
I'm not against that. Like if this is AI generated.
Obviously who is against that is the AI companies who want their shit used on everything.
It's still content, but at least like let's get rid of some of the fraud.
Yeah.
So,
no, I'm 100%
on
with
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's our runtime, Donnie? Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We should call it.
I think so. This is a good stretch.
Yeah.
We went deep.
Yeah, we covered a lot of information. There's a lot on there, and we're not the experts in any of these fields.
No.
The IT and the marketing, the web development.
Yeah, everything else is emerging, and we just got to take it in stride like everybody else.
Yeah, and it's a scary time. Hopefully we're able to keep ahead of it, but I think just like be scared. Like you should be. You should be worried, and you should be thinking about what you're going to do and thinking about how am I going to adapt, because this world, it's moving without you. It's moving whether you like it or not, and it's coming quick.
If you're not using AI now and you're not thinking about the things you do on the daily that involve technology, you need to start doing it and start looking at those things where you're putting one page into a photocopier at a time. The days of throwing people at time problems is over. Now it's about automation. Think about how you can do more with the resources you have.
Yeah.
Think about the things that you're doing. Like, hey, this is stupid. There must be a smarter way to do it. There probably is. And start using AI and the tools available
Work
to
smart,
you
not hard.
to do it. Yeah. And if you do that, then you'll probably be okay. I think we still have a long time before this fully happens. It's happening quickly.
Yeah.
But
over the next couple of years,
Yeah,
we're going
right?
to see a lot of change.
just become a bigger hammer and use AI as the hammer.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks so much, Andrew.
Good, man.